Good evening, friends. This is Cassandra Joan Butler, and we have our Cosmic Connections for the week. And we're going to be talking about the first quarter square and any other observations about the Mercury retrograde. So, welcome, and I hope your week is going well. We are almost a week post from the major eclipse in Gemini. And, you know, it's depending on where that eclipse fell, you may have had quite some surprises in your life. I know I have. Good evening, Cindy and Josie and Paula. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here, Reverend Deborah. Hello. And hi, Jody. Hello, dear friends Lois and Shirley. I got eclipsed this week, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But it's fun to do these little webinars when the energy is actually in process. So when you look outside your window, if you are in a place where I am right now, like in the Eastern Daylight Time, we are on the brink of nighttime, you're going to see a quarter moon. And the quarter moon always represents work, reframing, rebooting, redoing, and building something of a new foundation. So that's the question of the evening. What foundation are you building in your life? What new dream are you casting and creating a more firmer foundation? That would be the question of the week. So hello from Australia. Hi, Miss Newbie Nancy. Thank you for being here. Hi, Mary Jo. You're looking forward tonight. Thank you, Colleen. It's been a rough day. Sometimes, Rokio, it's so rough because we're feeling push at all sides. Right, Kathy? Hi, Kathy D from Florida. So what the energy is doing is configuring with the first quarter square to motivate us to put an action plan and put our energy into creating a new foundation. So that can be very stressful. Squares in astrology are considered to be the items or the protocol or the manner in which we build our lives. And, it's kind of like a sliver in your fingertip. You can't ignore it. You have to keep on pushing forward with faith. And that is the energy of this upcoming week. And it's always built upon the new cycle. So we had the new cycle yesterday, this past week, since Thursday. The new cycle was being symbolized by the solar eclipse in Gemini. So you want to figure out where Gemini falls in your chart. That is the active, I got my basket for our drawings. That is the active principle. And then the reactive principle is where Virgo is falling in your chart. Now, Virgo, wherever it falls in your chart, is has these qualities. It's analytical, perfection-seeking, hard-working, and does its research. It looks beneath the surface and tries to get the thing done. Thank you for sharing, Marianne. Thank you for sharing, Paula. Oh, goodness, thank you very much. Yay, I found you too, Sherry. Thanks for being here. A lot of people are saying that this has been a stressful week. And when we define stress, we could define it in terms of a square, a 90-degree angle, something that we must do. And we have no question that we have to push forward. Stress is pushing ourselves, maybe staying up late and finishing up some home project, maybe staying late at work and finishing up some work project. So yeah, I've had some stress this week, and it's been, some of it wasn't all that great stress, but some of it was very good stress. I want to share this with you. Thank you for sharing, Debbie. Thank you. Aloha. Hello, Catherine. A lot of people are talking about their Virgo in the first house. So you want to identify where Virgo falls in your chart. We're going to talk about that because this is energy in our very moment, at this very moment, friends. The square occurs Eastern Standard Time, And as it occurs at 11:54, right before midnight, anyone's going to be up at that time? I think I will be, because I have dropped some balls this week and I have to return, emails. I almost said phone calls, but most people don't want to hear from anybody at midnight. But I'll be working late tonight. So at the brink of almost midnight for 11:54 Eastern Daylight Time, so please make the adjustments wherever you are in the world. That's where you're feeling the pressure. I want to introduce myself. I am Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and I'm a very proud member of this wonderful collective across the globe. Check out, if you're listening on the page, you can check out all the offerings. If you're not on the page and you're on my page or you're on YouTube or wherever you're listening tonight, please check out the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. What a great thing to say, to call oneself an agent for the CIA. I have been honored and privileged to work with our foundress, Julia, for a number of years. I think it's been going on 7 years, actually. And one of the callings or offerings of the CIA is to help people with their astrology at whatever level they may be, just kind of the curious seekers, and they're wondering, what's this all about? What's all this clatter about with the cosmos? Or experienced, seasoned astrologers who are always looking and exploring and researching new techniques. Wherever you fall in that dichotomy, check out the offerings. They have an academy to help you teach and learn and appreciate the astrology. There are wonderful webinars and constant articles. Where do they come from? Agents like myself. Some of the most brilliant minds on the planet, in my humble opinion, are astrologers. Because we astrologers, I think I speak for anyone who practices astrology, had the shall we say, the courage to explore a topic, a discipline, an ancient science and art that has often been aligned, especially during the ages of rationality and reason. Although, since we had the great conjunction of December 21st of 2020, and many of you who are astrologers know all about that, it is my fervent belief that astrology is not just going to have a comeback, it's going to have a renaissance. Of 2020 was taking place in Aquarius right before the Renaissance, right as we got out of the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages. I think it was 14. Oh boy, I've memorized this and the exact date escapes me. Trust me, though, it was 600 years ago. And right before the low Renaissance, then we have the high Renaissance, astrology was the go-to discipline for people to understand their placement in the cosmos. Well, in any case, I think we're going through a similar cycle, that there is a yearning and a necessity to understand how things are all connected, as above, so below. And that really is astrology in 2 sentences, right? That every moment is pregnant with a certain sense of meaning. And since we live in a universe, a one verse, one chorus called the universe one, things are evolving as they should, but every moment has a different quality to it. So the moment that happens tonight at 11:54 is when we can visually see the sun and moon making a quarter cycle, and a quarter cycle equals work, tension, stress, and pressure. So embrace that stress and pressure, friends, and look where Virgo falls in your chart to kind of harvest the results of your hard work. So I got eclipsed. I'll share a little story with you. So the eclipse of last Thursday, and everyone, we talked about that last week, was in Gemini and 19 degrees and in my 9th house. So some of you might know this and some of you may not, but I want to do a little sharing here. One of my degrees is in communications. And once upon a long time ago, I was one of those anchor girls, anchor women, doing the news. Worked with some notables like Ted Koppel. I'm really aging myself. I worked in Buffalo market and Burlington, Vermont market, Syracuse, New York, and so forth. In the news, straight line news. But I discovered astrology concurrently with that time of my life, and I got smitten. And for those of you who are astrologers, you will understand this. I started doing public astrology at my Saturn return, the first one, and when Pluto was on top of my sun, the first time in 268 years. So, in any case, it's a long story to say that I was in broadcasting. And that's where I had met my first and only husband. Yeah, it's my first husband. Um, and so he's stayed in broadcasting and has done a fabulous career with it. So today was a real banner day because for the past 30 years, we've been divorced about 30 years, and we are good friends. We truly are. We weren't always good friends. I don't think you should be really good friends if you're going through a divorce. You need a little angst in order to separate, in my humble opinion, and we had the worst divorce on the planet. I'm very proud of that. We really hated each other, but we really got through it and forgave each other. And we are friends because we've got two beautiful kids together, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this is a long story short. He also has his sun on top of my moon. For you astrologers out there, you know what a connection that can be. So out of the blue, he said, "Hey, do you want to come on my show and talk astrology?" And I said, "Really? Yes. I've been wanting to do that for 30 years. So we did that today. It was so much fun. And I think it's somewhere in the comments. If you can be so kind as to listen to the rebroadcast. It's very astrology light. It's not like what I do here on Wednesday nights, but was very astrology light, Reader's Digest version. But it was so exciting to do that because not only do I have a very long decades history with him, but because he's a good Virgo skeptic, and I was able to do quick little vignettes of astrology. Like here, I do my vignettes of mediumship, and I'll be doing that. If you're new to this webcast, we'll be doing the mediumship in about, in about 25 minutes. All right, so big welcome to JB and Terry and Jill and Joy. You're sweet, Jill, and Joy B and Linda. Thank you for watching, girls and guys. Thank you, Martha. And if you like the show, by the way, and this will call out for those of you who did listen, and to those of you who did not and would like to listen, this is the link. It's a big station. I mean, it's a big player in a huge conglomerate. So I would ask you kindly, if you'd be so kind, I think I can chat. I can't chat. Well, it's WBEN. Oh, there it goes. An error occurred. Okay. All right. You can do that. Well, in any case, two things. Where Virgo falls in your chart, and also the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. They have an academy, they have some deadlines, and please check that out. Coming to you from Buffalo, New York, as Proud Agent 56. Let's talk about this quarter cycle tonight. It will be, and I love the Sabian symbol. I'm going to share that with you right now, right from my very tattered and well-loved. I know it's a little embarrassing, right? If you buy this new online, it's probably like $500. The Dane Rudhyar book. We always put the Sabian symbol up a degree. The phase is 178 on the mandala of moving forward in one's life. Is a bald-headed man who has seized power. The meaning of this, in many ways, and you can interpret this as you will, because we're under the stressful square, the idea that we need to restructure ourselves, perhaps in our own world, in our own family, and it's the power of will. Will forces are being activated with this particular configuration this week. Existence is motion. No static formation, however beautiful and inspiring, can remain long unchallenged. So somewhere in your life, here's a question for you. You may have some challenges. You may have some restrictions. You may have some haters, some people who are jealous. They may be threatening you on some level. Be aware that with this particular configuration, you might be feeling that tension, and maintain 19 degrees of your Gemini to appreciate the impulse of moving forward with the solar eclipse. Like, again, for me, I did this show with my ex, and it was so much fun. Tom Bowerly, WBEN Radio, and it was just delightful. But that was in my ninth house, and it's in the house of communication. The other thing to think about this week is that we still have our Mercury retrograde. Now, the Mercury retrograde, of course, can do all sorts of, I mean, traditionally we say havoc, right, on our communications avenues. But what it really is about is rethinking some presumptions we may have, some assumptions we may have, right? So to rethink and redo the way we've been thinking about life, and maybe reconsider some things. It's a beautiful thing, because true knowledge and true wisdom commands us to have that mutability of Gemini, of to go back age, not to be stuck in one position, because that's the nature of thinking, and that's the nature of the Sabian symbol. No matter what is happening in our lives, this too shall change. Now, whether that means something. So for many of us, that means higher frequency, higher learning, as Martha is also sharing today. The other thing about this particular lunation, the moon is going to be opposite Neptune. So expect, my dear friends, to have more waves of seeing and feeling things beneath the surface, and getting those intuitive, even psychic hits about things that have been troubling you, of just knowing things without actually using your rationality of Gemini, because we've got that Neptune configuration. Now, Neptune can also mean delusion, but when you are practiced in your spiritual practice, by meditation, by prayer, by using dream work even as an avenue, I think you might avoid the trap of a delusion. The moon is going to be in conjunct Saturn, so there's a sense of wild card energy with this particular lunation, and not necessarily playing by all the rules. And then we also have Pluto in conjunct the Sun. Pluto in conjunct the Sun. So that also forms a little bit of a wiggle situation where we're feeling a little uncertain about what tomorrow might bring. And sometimes that falls in the physical body as manifestation of stress. All maintain your physical body, whether that be a massage or acupuncture or reflexology or good old-fashioned exercise. Mercury is not quite exact the North Node, but Mercury coming up to the North Node is suggesting to make and build new contacts in your world. Now, use the social media, presumably for what it's can be used for, to make contacts and make connections with others. So that's a good thing. The moon is also trining Uranus. Expect the unexpected, but in a positive way. Use inspiration as your lead. And one more aspect I wanted to mention is Pluto is in conjunct our friend Mars. So there might be some grumblings and some misunderstandings, some repressed anger that you may be experiencing, especially where you find Pisces and Leo in your charts, or with the Leo or Pisces people in your life. All right, so those are some comments. We talked about the Sabian symbol, and I want to just respond to some of the comments. Good evening, Joanne. You keep on losing the sound? Okay. Oh, and I'm going to go right through the computer and see if that works better. Okay. People are hearing me now. Can you hear me now? Better, 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 worse? Oh, you keep on losing the sound. Oh no. 321-123-321-321. I'm just using the mic on the computer right now. I might have an unsteady web or Wi-Fi. I may have to learn how to go elsewhere. Okay, is it better now, guys? It's good for you? Can you hear? I'm fine now. Thank you, Nancy. All right, so this fancy mic I'm going to have to put on the shelf and just use this. It's okay. Oh, there's nothing worse than you're doing something with communication and people can't hear you. Oh my gosh. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's all say it together. Mercury retrograde. Well, if that's the worst that happens, that's not so bad. So let's talk about the Mercury retrograde. Mercury does go direct. It goes direct Tuesday next week, and that will be before we get together again on Wednesday, the 23rd. It goes direct at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And traditionally, astrologers will say, okay, it's great that it went direct, and we may have some more clear signals in communications, but it's still in its shadow. So when the planet of communication from Earth's perspective goes direct, we still have some wobble room or some wiggle room. So we're not quite, quote unquote, out of the woods. Now, what does this mean? I don't like to get superstitious about Mercury retrograde. I really don't. Mercury started going retrograde on the 29th of May at 24 degrees. So that means technically it's going to be in its shadow until around the 8th of July. And silliness to say we stop living during a Mercury retrograde. But it is a time to indulge the very human need to reconsider things and redo things and get more research. So that would be my take on the Mercury retrograde, and also, of course, going through its shadow. Again, hello, Rose and Patricia and Nancy S. and Shirley. And thank you all for listening to the Bowerly thing. That was fun, so much fun. And if you want to have more astrology on WBN, please give them a call or say something to the management, because, it's a business. Okay, hi, Linda. Hi, Jennifer. And Diane and Mitch. A lot of people are in the room. Big hugs to you all. Thanks for being here tonight. All right, some other cool things to consider. Let's take a look at what this rebuild is for you all as well. Now, we also had a rebuild on Monday. That was the Saturn-Uranus square. So there's a lot of tension in the room. There's a lot of need to recreate ourselves. So that's my question here. The question, oh, hi there, Susan. Yes, I was talking about the shadow. Yep. And the 8th of July is when it's out of its shadow, and so forth. Okay. I don't know the story, Rhonda. She asked me a question about the Fox News anchor that used her live platform to tell her story in truth. Feel free to share that, Rhonda, here. Oh, how interesting. Have you guys tried DMT? I know about DMT, but I'm a big chicken when it comes to heavy-duty hallucinogens, because I was born with Sun conjunct Neptune. Is that a bad excuse? But it's true. Oh, I'm always on a drug. It's called Neptune. Well, in any case, hi, Margaret from Australia. Hi, Dawn from Buffalo. Thank you for sharing, Christine. Oh, yes, we have to do our prizes in just a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go through your charts. And this is Reader's Digest, and I apologize. We talk a little steeper astrology, but we also like to take a look at a Reader's Digest form for you newbies. Please understand, my take on astrology is this. It is the ultimate holistic discipline of recognizing our connection with everything in the greater landscape of the universe, so that theoretically, if you take anything and you dissect it and you analyze it and you take it down to its core, there's going to be some remnant of everything within that core. Think of atoms, right? You have the electrons, the neutrons spinning around the atoms. And we have a solar system where we have the planets running around the solar system. So as above, so below. So within our own physical bodies, we have a dance of this divine matrix. If one thing is not working within us, everything else can be amiss. Just the same thing with the analogy or metaphor of astrology. And it really is a metaphor. It's really a poetic, symbolic language, I believe. That's why the psychological piece of astrology really resonates with me more than absolute, this is what's going to happen, because we always have that element of free will. It was funny on the Bowerly show today. So the big question was, well, if you're such a good astrologer, why did you marry the guy? You got divorced. And I laughed it off, but the reality is there's always free will and there's unfolding. And I personally believe that all things work together for good in the end and during the beginnings too. Here we go. If you guys know your sun sign or your rising sign, blend them both, and I'll share this with you. So tonight's energy for the next week, we're doing some rebuild emotionally relative to what you want to produce or manifest in your life, as was focused in last week with the solar eclipse. And so first step, identify where Gemini falls in your chart. Second step, identify where Virgo falls in your chart. So these two mutable energies are working together to recreate some new foundation in your lives. If you're Aries, this foundation is elevating your own personal growth, your own personal power, your own personal psychological, spiritual ability to have confidence in your own alignment with the divine. So that can come in many, many, many different versions. If you're Taurus or your Taurus rising, this particular energy is saying to you, speak your truth, be confident in your truth, research, market, write that book, or maybe plan that trip. Be very consciously aware of the way you want to communicate who you are to others. Gemini, this energy tonight and for the next week is activating your 10th house of career. So you Geminis or Gemini rising people out there, you might be saying to yourself, it's time for me to take more of a leadership role, or perhaps even find a new job, or to add on my authenticity in a new way with my career. Do what you love and the bliss will follow. For Cancer or Cancer rising, this energy has to do with making friends, creating networks, creating like-minded groups for you and others to be, instrumental in bringing people together. Use your social skills, Cancer, to nurture your groups to create more of a family setting. For Leo or Leo rising, this energy for the next week is really asking you to go within, to meditate, to believe in your spiritual guides, and perhaps get away from the maddening crowd, but spend time alone in retreat and listening to your inner self. All eyes are on Virgo. This is a great week for you to recreate yourself, whatever that might mean for you. It might mean recreate your physical body, exercise, eating better, doing something to enhance your physicality, going to your spiritual and physical practitioners to give yourself an oil change, like acupuncture or something. If you're Libra or Libra rising, look at ways to enhance your I need a sip of water. For Libra or Libra rising, ways to enhance your self-esteem, or perhaps use a skill set to enhance your financial stream. Do something to attract abundance in your life. All right. Ask for a raise or start a new secondary income stream with your own business. I mean, think about ways to market your ideas. Scorpio or Scorpio rising this next week is about your thinking processes, the way you communicate, the way you write, the way you market yourself, the way you exchange with others, the world of ideas. So Scorpio is going to be busy talking and speaking and thinking and trying to curtail some of the negative talk that we all have. Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this energy is activating your home, your family, and ways to create stronger bonds with people that you want to become closer with, and maybe putting up a little boundaries with the family members that you need to take a little break from. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this energy is saying to you, play, be a little bit more footloose and fancy free, a little bit more relaxed, find those aspects of yourself that gives you joy and practice them and do what makes you happy. Rediscover a hobby or a pastime that you enjoy. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this energy is activating your house that represents self-care. So Aquarius or any one of us can sometimes get caught up in the very real demands of everyday life, and we neglect ourselves. This is a great week for you, Aquarius, to rebuild those patterns and to rediscipline yourself. For Pisces or Pisces rising, you'll be saying to yourself, wow, who's my BFF? Who's my SO? Who are the people in my life that will be with me through thick or thin? And that's what you want to rebuild. Rebuilding your friendships that are significant others or your significant others, and to become better friends with them. All righty. Now, some of you are so kind and you are so great at sharing this in real time. And I appreciate you so much. Every time you share, your name goes into the basket. So I am going to pull a name, and I will send you a Sabian symbol. And I can't say enough about those Sabian symbols, because Sabian symbols give us more of an esoterically derived word picture for each one of the degrees on our wheel of the mandala of astrology. I said one earlier about this particular lunation is a bald man seizing power. So somewhere in our lives, we may be that bald man that's seizing power, seize the day, seizing something in our lives, taking it to the next level. Or we may be feeling that someone else is trying to take away what we have so diligently worked on. So either way, this idea of the Sabian symbol for the lunation ahead. Okay, close my eyes. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. Ooh, okay. And the winner is Lisa Phillips, and you are in the room. Very nice. Congratulations, Lisa. Congratulations, Lisa. And please, Lisa, message me on the Facebook with your birth information and time of birth, place of birth, and your email, and I'll send you out your Sabian symbol list. Okay, hi, Sherry. Thanks for listening for the replay. Hi, Margaret, and hugs to you as well. Let's see. Okay, we have a lot of wonderful people here. Hi, Baron. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. Feel free to share any tension you may be experiencing, but there's a resolution to the tension, using your willpower in the next week to recraft, redo, reposition your goal. That is my message for you all this week. Against all odds, get organized, analyze, do your research, hard work, hard sweat, and get the thing done. That is the message for this first quarter square. Okay, good. Alrighty. Now, my dear friends, let's do a little mediumship. Now, how this works, I use my finger. I randomly select a person. They have to be in the room to receive the message, and we'll see what comes up. And I say my prayer. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and for the best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, close my eyes. Okay. Okay, Bianca Rutan, or Rutan. If you're still in the room, I can connect with you and give you a little mediumistic message. That's for Bianca Rutan. I'll wait till I hear from you. Hi, Maria. Hi, Kat. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Kat. Yes, terrific. Okay, Bianca. As I'm tuning into you, my dear, I'm very aware of a necklace or a piece of jewelry that you often wear. And it feels to me that this has a lot more, maybe you don't wear it all the time, but it's from someone in spirit. I believe it might be from a mother or a grandmother. I want to say it's from a mother, I really feel. And this piece of jewelry resonates with you. You often wear it as like a totem or like an energy piece, a talisman, as it were. And it gives you a lot of energy, and it gives you a lot of connection to this, I believe it's a mom who's in spirit. And as she's coming through, she's reminding you that you don't necessarily need that particular object. Maybe you've misplaced it or something, that she's always there with you at all times. And so it's almost like this piece of, you don't need to have the physical to connect with her. And Bianca, what I want to say is that there was something about this relationship that was intermittent. Sometimes it was right on and sometimes it was right off. And there's a lot of healing that's been going on within you, I want to say, regarding this relationship since February of this past year. One of the things that comes to mind with you also is your ability to do creative crafts that you like to work. I don't know if it's I don't feel it's gardening per se, but I'm feeling creative crafts that you like to build things. Your hands have a lot of wisdom in them. Okay. Thank you. Okay, you don't necessarily wear the jewels. This is someone, that's the point. You don't necessarily have to wear the jewels to connect with this person in spirit. Do you do crafts? Do you do something with your hands, Bianca Rutan? It also feels that you have that ability, that creative ability to, that's being woken up since February for some reason. I'm getting February very strongly with you. And as we get into August, this pastime, this creative endeavor is going to become a lot more part of who you are. It gives you joy, and it gives you a lot of, shall we say, not just joy, but gives you some, it's almost like therapeutic activity. The other thing I want to say to you, Bianca, is there's been a lot of intermittent changes in your life. You've lived many, many, many lifetimes in one lifetime. There's been a lot of starts and stops and moves and changes, and you are striving most recently since December for a lot more stability in your life, and that stability will be coming and is beginning to come, whether it be in the same place with the same people. In other words, some of us go through periods in our lives where we're like rolling stones and we're moving and we're changing. And I feel you're at this place in your life where you want that stability and that predictability. So Okay, you're a fitness instructor. Awesome. That's a very, very wonderful um, profession. Regarding your fitness instruction, are you using some more different creative tools with the fitness, different equipment or something like this? But back to that idea of stability in your own personal life. It feels like you're building a template for you so you're not having to move about, that you either have a business that's more consistent. Again, I want to go back to December for you. Okay. Um, yes. All right. Well, thank you. That's good confirmation, my dear. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And I will bless you and leave you with peace and hope and thank you. All right. I'm going to do another read here. Okay. All right. Tina Marie Walsh, may I come to you? Tina Marie. Tina Marie. Tina Marie. Tina Marie, are you still in the room here, hon? Tina Marie, Tina Marie, Tina Marie. Okay. Tina Marie. If Tina Marie is here, thank you, Kat. Thank you for listening to the show today. Okay. You're welcome, Bianca. My pleasure. If Tina Marie is still with us, we will talk. And sometimes, you guys are welcome to come in and out and in. Hello, Alana Bolt. Hello. A couple of words of note as well, my dear friends. This week on Monday, I'm going to be doing a solstice experience, I call it. You're all invited to attend. There'll be details on my web page and my meetup page and my Facebook page. And what we're going to be doing is doing this type of thing. We're going to be doing mediumship. We're going to be doing a lot of sharing, a lot of celebrating, and I'll give you a lot of energy and information about what the solstice means to each of us throughout the years. It's really a sacred time when the veil is more delivered. There's going to be some offerings, of course, on the CIA, the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, with Solstice. So please check out their offerings as well, as a proud Agent 56 for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Car, hello. James, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Got some new friends coming in here. Okay, I think the person I picked is no longer here, so I got to close my eyes. In all fairness, if you all come to the solstice experience, the mediumship, everyone will receive a message. And yes, we're going to be doing it on Zoom. So you don't have to be in Buffalo to attend. I'll be putting some information out about that. Okay. All right. And James O'Mara, may I talk to you, please? James O'Mara. Good day, James O'Mara. May I speak with you? Okay. James O'Mara. Hello, James. So I'm not sure if you're new to this, but what I do, I just look at your name. I feel some intuition. I give you a little bit of a read. Okay, you're good with that? All right. God, please allow me to serve James. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for his highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. James, the first thing I'm seeing for you is a lot of rebuilding of your physicality. This is through exercise. This is through running or walking. It's almost like I see you with a walking stick, that you are on a fast track to rebuild your physical body. Now, I'm not sure if you are a professional athlete. I don't know anything about you. I just see your name, but I'm seeing you, hiking, but it's not just a stroll. You know what I'm saying? It's like really vigorous exercise, and wanting to rebuild yourself, rebuild your lungs, sir. It feels like you've gone through some difficult lung issues, and that you're rebuilding yourself on every level, from the physical and then outward. When you do this physical information, however, not information, when you do this physical exercise, it also feels like you go almost into another state of being. It's almost like a meditation for you. So it's triggering all of your bodies. It's not just the physical improvement with your movement, but it has to do with aligning with spirit. And it's not a particular way of walking. It's just like walking and filling your lungs with fresh air, because it feels like there are some issues there. The other thing I want to connect with you about is, again, this is along the lines of movement, but it has to do with vehicles. It feels to me that you are in the process of either deciding on a new vehicle or letting go of the old, that you are moving in a new direction in every way. But I'm not sure if I'm getting a new vehicle, new car, a new Jeep, or something like this, because it's going to take you into other domains. You're tired of being, this might be metaphoric. No, it's real. You are really in the process of getting this new vehicle. And the metaphor is that you're moving away and moving towards a new goal, both at the same time. So, they say when we make changes in our lives, there are often two motivations. Either we're running away from something or we're moving towards something. You're doing both. You are, oh, it's a new house. Okay, thank you, James. Thank you. It's almost like there's a part of you that is in this process of, this is the old me, this is the old life, and I'm going forward in this new direction. And I'm doing this with love and gratitude, because I was stuck for a long time. So you are in a fantastic new arena, my friend. And I'm excited to tell you that by the end of August, first part of September, love and relationship is fully flowering. You may already be in a relationship, but you get into that bliss time of your life. So I want to share that with you and send you on your way with love and light and peace and blessings. Thank you for being here, James. And thank all of you for being here today. Boy, this hour goes by quickly. It really does. And I so enjoy spending time with you all. Next week, we'll be back on Wednesday, God willing, and the moon will be in Sagittarius. And we'll be talking probably a little bit more about the upcoming full moon. And if you are so inclined, check out the offerings that I have on my website, and please check out the offerings on the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Julia is on every single astrological event. If there's a solstice, she's got something going on. If there's everything. So for you are newbies into astrology, check out CIA. And the old time astrologers who want to learn new techniques, new tools, the CIA. I will sign off tonight with much love and gratitude to you all. I'm Agent 56, also known as I am Cassandra Joan Butler. So thanks for being here, guys. See you next time.